Hello Girl Scouts! My name is Marissa. I'm a naturalist here at the Woodlands Nature Station, and today I want to film this video to show you guys how to create a plastic bottle wind chime. So this is a really neat craft that's really fun to make and to hang outside, and we're going to learn how to make it today. So as I mentioned, it is a plastic bottle wind chime. I have got an example finished product here to show you. So that is what yours is going to look somewhat like when you are all done with it. Twist it around. It is a wind chime. It interacts with the wind, but as we're going to see, it's also a sun catcher. So it interacts with both the sun and the wind, natural elements, to be something really pretty that we can make and also reuse products. It doesn't require very many extra items. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to do is gather all of your supplies. So I have already gathered my supplies here. The first thing that you're going to need is an empty plastic water bottle. So this is mine. I have it here. Thinner ones, ones that you can crinkle really easily, I have found are the easiest to work with, but if you have one that's a thicker plastic, that can work too. So grab your plastic water bottle. You're going to need a pair of scissors. I am going to recommend probably a bigger pair of scissors. If you have the little kid scissors, those don't work super well for this. So you might want to ask your parents if they have a good pair of scissors, and they can help you with this too, to make sure everyone stays safe. You're also going to want a stick. So you go outside and collect a stick. Try not to tear it from a tree, but find one on the ground that's already dropped. So this is the one I have here. Some string. So I have chosen a really thin white yarn. My string on my example is a thicker blue yarn. If you really don't like the idea of being able to see your string, you can use fishing line, really thin and clear, something like that. So grab something that's string-like or yarn-like. And then the last thing that you're going to need is some permanent markers. We are going to be coloring on the water bottle, so permanent works best, not washable. That's really easy to just wipe off of the plastic. So grab those items right now or whenever you're ready to make your plastic bottle wind chime, and we will get started. So I am going to start here with mine. So I've already drank all the water in this, so I'm now going to take off the cap. We can set that aside, we don't need it. I've got a couple droplets of water in there, shake those out. I am going to take the label off. We don't need the label for anything. I'm going to use my scissors to cut it off. Okay, you can set that label aside, we're not going to need that. So you should just have your clear plastic water bottle, no lid, and it is ready to go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors and start at the lid, the cap. We got rid of the cap, but start at that lip where you would drink from. And you're going to angle your scissors at an angle and start cutting downwards. Be really careful with this. Scissors are sharp. If you need help, ask a parent or your troop leader for help. So, getting through the really thick plastic there. Okay. Now, once you have that cut started, you're going to start cutting in a spiral down the water bottle so that it makes those curly cues that we're going to put on our wind chime. So, I'm just going to start off. I'm making my strips no thinner than ½ an inch. So you're going to want to make them pretty thick because you don't want to accidentally slide your scissors and then you've cut your water bottle in half. So I am going to just keep going here. I am cutting at an angle. Just going in a spiral around the water bottle at an angle. And you're going to do that till you get to the end of the water bottle. So you can already see it's making sort of a spiral already. Okay, so I have gotten to the very bottom of my water bottle, and I am just going to end the cut, and I'm actually going to just cut this bottom piece off. It doesn't spiral very well, so we are actually just going to get rid of it. So there's the end of my spiral. Here is this extra plastic piece that I'm just going to throw away or recycle. So now I am left with this really nice curlicue of water bottle. So now that we have our water bottle cut into a spiral, now we're going to color it. So I chose to cut it and then color it because I want to see how different colors will work together on the spiral. But if you want to, you can color your water bottle with permanent markers before you cut it. It might be a little bit easier, but I wanted to see how my colors were going to look once they were actually cut into a spiral. So either way, you can cut it and then color it, just be careful, or you can color it and then cut it. So I have lots of different colors of permanent marker here. You can grab some in your house, hopefully you already have them next to you. And now I am just going to color the spiral. I chose colors that I know will look and react really pretty with the sun because, like I said, it's both a wind chime and a sun catcher. It's kind of neat. It has both of those purposes or properties to it. So I am going to choose some colors that I think will look nice in the sun. You can choose whatever colors you want. You might end up discovering some colors work better than others. So you can choose whatever you want here. So I have completely colored my spiral. Actually, I left some blank spaces because I wanted to leave some room to let the sun kind of reflect off of the colors in some areas where the sun could just pass through. So this is your creation. You can do it however you want to. Whether you want to color the whole thing, how many colors do you want to do, it's your choice. It's up to you. So I have my spiral here, and we're going to cut it into tinier spirals so that we have several to hang. And I have some here that are short, some are long. I like that style, so I think I am going to do that now. I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to cut one that's about like that. And you know, I might even, this one's thick enough where I could cut another spiral from it. Be careful that you don't cut yourself. Just be really safe about that. But you can make thinner spirals as well. Try not to make them too thin, but this one's thick enough where I think I can actually make another spiral out of it. So I am just going to cut. Like I said, this is your art project, so you can make them as thin or as thick as you want. It is going to look completely up to you. Okay, so now I have two spirals. They're a little bit thinner. I really like the way that looks. So I'm going to move on and create some more. I might leave one kind of thick. Maybe I'll put that one in the middle. That guy. And then here's my last one. I might make another little guy out of this. You can choose whether or not you want to leave the lip on your water bottle. I don't like how chunky it looks, so I'm actually going to cut the part you drink from off, set that aside. So I have one more spiral here, and I am going to cut that into one more spiral that's a little bit thinner since I left this one pretty thick. Okay, so for me personally now I have 5 spirals. So what you are going to do now is you are going to carefully cut or hole punch holes in the tops of your spirals so that we can tie thread through them and tie them to the stick. So you can do this with scissors by doubling up the plastic and just carefully making a little triangle that then opens up to a hole. Be careful. If you have a hole punch and you find that easier, you can also use a hole punch. I find this works pretty easy for me, so I'm just going to do it this way. This is another reason you don't want your spirals too thin. You want them to be thick enough that you can actually put a hole in them, so we can hang it. All right, so now I have holes cut into all of my spirals. Now I'm going to take my string, and these can hang as high or as low as you want. So some of my lengths of string are really short, like on this one. Some of them are a little bit longer. Again, it's up to you. So I'm going to just cut a couple different pieces of string that are different lengths. When you're cutting the string, remember to leave enough room to make a net. If you want your spiral to hang, a couple inches, make sure to add a few more inches of room to tie it. You can always cut the extra string off. So the first thing you're going to do is put your string through the hole on your spiral. Make a good knot on that so it is secure. I'm going to double knot mine, just to make sure. Okay, so now that is secure, it is hanging on the string. Now I'm going to tie this to my stick. Okay, so there is my